Use super reasoning skills to explore the existence of a higher power. 60 years ago, I hadn't used my reasoning skills to determine whether a higher power existed. I have now. What about you? Reasoning is the third aspect of consciousness. Let's take a slightly different tack on this question. Is there something above us? Something bigger than humans, more prominent than our minds, our intelligence? It doesn't matter what you want to call it. That's not the point. This is not a trick question. I'm not trying to mislead you, but I would like you to use your reasoning skills. Reasoning is the third aspect of consciousness, as I've defined it in this book, Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life. Of course, I've talked about God because I'm no longer agnostic. But this isn't about me. It's about the readers. How did humans alone acquire the capacity to reason? Activate your reasoning skills to figure that one out. This is Chapter 27, Exercise 3, from the book Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life, from the explanation with Sam Kneller. Proper reasoning skills lead to a higher power. This is the third practical exercise for Bible Proverbs Therapy. For 1 week, we're going to focus on one specific area of consciousness, reasoning, and drill down to one precise point. Is there a higher power? Why this focus? Here's our proverb for the week. Proverbs 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Reasoning skills are based on correct knowledge. We'd all agree on that. They are the very foundation. But the beginning of this process is the fear of the Lord. If you don't know if there's a higher power, your reasoning skills are on shaky ground, not to say quicksand. This verse tells us the Lord's reasoning skills are way more advanced than ours. If we want true wisdom, we'd do well to approve the opposite of despise, to approve the Lord's reasoning skills are above our own. So can we prove, I chose that word carefully, can we prove that there is a higher power? Let the Bible answer. Romans 1, verses 19 and 20. Because that which may be known of God is manifest to them, to humans, for God has showed it to them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. This passage states, the invisible things, science would say immaterial or intangible. The invisible things of him, this higher power, are clearly seen, meaning we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that his eternal power exists. Wow, that's powerful. How? By the things that are made. Translated workmanship in Ephesians 2, verse 10. The higher power's creation is the inexcusable proof of his existence and reasoning skills. It's time to spend a week focusing on your reasoning skills, on his workmanship, because reverence for him is the beginning of understanding everything. Otherwise, we are both ignorant and without excuse before our Creator. Here's a quote from Haile Selassie. "A well-organized education should not be one that prepares students for good remuneration alone. It should be one that can help and guide them towards acquiring clear thinking, a fruitful mind, and an elevated spirit." Haile Selassie. Exercise your reasoning skills. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? The famous dumbest question of them all. This is really the most intelligent question, and it contests one's belief in a higher power. Here's the follow-up. How many generations would it take to evolve a chicken or an egg? Well, if you didn't have both, you'd never even get a second generation. Here's King David's practical wisdom as part of this week's exercise. Psalm 143, verse 5. "I remember the days of old. I meditate." That's Strong's H 1897. "I meditate on all your works." Strong's H 4639. "I meditate on all your works, and I muse." H 7878. "And I muse on the work of your hands." Bible meditation is not focusing on your breath, a word, or some incomprehensible mantra. Breathing exercises can help during panic attacks, but beyond that, along with other focusing exercises, they do not help transform the mind, which is the seat of worry and anxiety. Bible meditation does, because it leads you to understand there's a higher power who can take care of you. This exercise is to learn of his existence and begin to know him. See what this Bible meditation exercise is all about. Check it out at unlockbiblemeaning.com. Strong's H 1897. Haggah. To murmur, in pleasure or anger, by implication to ponder. King James Version translations. Imagine, meditate, mourn, mutter, roar, soar, speak, study, talk, and utter. H 7878. Siach. To ponder, by implication, converse with oneself, and hence aloud, or transitively to utter. KJV translations. Commune, complain, declare, meditate, muse, pray, speak, and talk with. Grow your reasoning skills. Meditate on the human body. We can develop proper reasoning skills through studying, praying, and speaking about God's works, the invisible things of Him that are made from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Here's a video documentary about God's creation, aptly entitled Invisible Universe Revealed. Watch and meditate about the puniness of humans and the existence of a higher power. At 35 minutes, the video touches on the expanding universe and dark matter. Generally, something propelled into the sky will slow down and fall back to Earth. But we find the universe's expansion speeding up, activated by a mysterious dark energy. Sure, we can say we don't know what it is, and it's easy to say that's proof of God. Maybe yes, maybe no. But we must realize these colossal forces exist, and science has no idea of their origin. That's the macro level. Now, the micro level. Psalm 139, verse 14. King David says, I will praise you, God. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows right well. As with King David, take the time to realize how fearfully and wonderfully you're made. Here are a few subjects to study. Chronobiology, the just-in-time arrival of two or more elements. In building DNA, our bodies generate enzymes that arrive in proper sequence at the exact moment to construct the DNA strand. Apoptosis, the process of cells dying at just the right moment in the exact places where events occur. In forming fingers and toes, your limbs first form as paddles, and at about 10 weeks of pregnancy, the cells between the future fingers and toes die. Protein folding. After forming long protein strands, each folds into a specific shape to form a motor that allows your body to function, like a pump that permits specific molecules into a cell. This folding process is highly complex and takes place in seconds. Critical thinking should help you realize that these three out of thousands of bodily systems at practically an invisible micro level are streamlined, unique, all or nothing, integrated, designed parts of our wonderfully made bodies. As King David said, it can't be any other way. The universe we exist in, the earth we live on, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat witness the existence and power of something much higher than humans. Use your reasoning skills to see it, because it is the beginning of knowledge leading to fuller mental health. Join the free mini-course, just 20 minutes of video, to see the deeper God-intended meaning of Adam and Eve's nakedness, based on 7 keys to master biblical Hebrew with no fuss. theexplanation.com/naked. Thanks for watching. Watch this video now of the next chapter of Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life.